Hey there, Drawyah here, and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Today, our fifth group flight, I think this is. Well, 4.5. We tried the London one. London one did not quite go to plan. But yeah, it's group flight today, last time of every month, and back in the default voice player, no IVE out, no full-on agency today. So, today's group flight, a little bit different to what we normally do, because normally it's a case we fly from A to B, cross somewhere, have a bit of fun. This time, we're doing it without power. So, for those of you who watched about a week ago, I did that gliding video out of Feshiebridge, and speaking to my resident glider pilots on the day, Tom, basically was like, why not do a group flight out of this? It's fun to do in flight sim, not many have done it yet, and how many opportunities will there be in the future for people to have like a co-pilot in flight sim to drag things around? So, he's currently there in front of me, taxiing back towards the end of the runway. We did a test run, all seems to work alright. And to touch wood, should get a couple of decent little gliding trips in today. So, was there hello there?
Hello, how are you?
There he is. So, Tom, our resident plane pilot today, we will be starting a couple of modes. The glider. So, you can either pick up the glider from... there's two. There's a Discus available on Flight Sim 2, and there's a better one I'm flying right now, German one. What's it called? It's called the DG Flugzeugbau, the DG808S, which is available on the Kinetic Assistant website. So at the moment, I can imagine that I can't really see anybody because we're all spotted on top of each other. There you go, glider just appeared there. And holding short now is our resident tow pilot plane. So we'll go through a quick rundown of the program. We're using Kinetic Assistant for our gliding. And he is number 367. So, for those of you who have the Kinetic Assistant installed, essentially what you're going to do is connect, switch from Winch to AirTow, and search, and look for 367. So, if you would like to taxi into position.
Okay.
Going to wait for him to taxi into position. As he holds short, we're then going to basically connect to him. And, well, in short, it's going to be quite interesting with about 30, 40 odd gliders attached to a single tow plane. So we'll let him get into position now. Yeah, ignore 641. We're not using him. We're using our resident tow plane. We're going to use the air proper. So let him get into position. Run error at Feshiebridge. Echo Golf Zulu Lima Feshiebridge. We're at right now. We're at the end of the runway. Is it 2-3 descend?
Yes, it is, yes.
Yes,
so it's 2-3 and 0-3.
There you go. So 2303, coming at 2-3 Feshiebridge, spawning right on top of the spawn points right now. You're in position, I see that. So what we're going to do is just... Oh, so make sure that your scanning type set to pilots including players. So AirTow, pilots players, search, and then just click on 367 aircraft pilots female. You can now see we are connected to 367. And then in a couple of moments, we'll let everyone connect, make sure everyone's connected. We'll give it about a minute. I'll then tell the pilots to go, stop, well, he'll then take off. We'll release the tow when we're at a suitable altitude, and then we go for our own little trips in the air today. Yes, you can use Discus, you can use the DGS808S. There's no set glider. Use whatever you want, basically. Use what you're comfortable in. So that's it. Currently it's Echo Golf Zulu Lima Feshiebridge. We'll give it another 30 seconds, and then we'll have our first tow of today. I can see lights flashing right now. That's a good sign, because I remember when we did that nighttime gliding earlier, you said that I had, what was it, flashing strobe light on this thing.
Yeah, that's right. Apparently you've got a landing light hidden in your nose hook, though.
An interesting little aircraft, this, the 808. But actually, I must say, compared to the Discus, this was actually a very well put together glider, this. Everything to the little piece of string on the roof to show you the airflow around the glider. Right, so I think everybody's now connected. I'm ready, sir, when you are.
Perfect. Let's go then.
Going to apply a little bit of power and just roll gently in front. Essentially what I'm going to wait for is just for our aircraft to start moving. A little bit of budge, a little bit of movement means that we are fully connected. Nothing yet. Are connected. Ah! All out, all out, all out. I can see the majority of people. Oh no, we've got another one moving. Oh, we are. Some of us are connected. Some people decided not to connect. We have got some movements. Airborne. At this point, gear up. All we're doing is gently following the plane front. I can see there is 3 of us. And so right now it's 3 of us on this one aeroplane. What the regulation says about multi-toe gliding here.
Well, it's quite interesting actually. The regulations on multi-toe gliding, you can have 2 gliders attached to the same aircraft.
Oh yeah.
And basically, once they're airborne, they'll have 1 glider on top and 1 glider underneath, and the glider underneath is in charge for separation.
Okay, I did not know that. Very, very interesting. And so, have you done it yourself, or is that not something you've experienced on your own?
Well, no, sadly, because as you can see, the runway at Feshi isn't wide enough to have 2 gliders take off simultaneously.
So you being our resident, actually you are a glider pilot yourself. You've been one for a couple of years, I believe.
Yeah, that's correct.
So for those of you guys currently in chat, want to give us a little bit of the basics to gliding. So basics to your very first gliding trip, basically.
The basics of my first gliding trip.
Basics for these people's first gliding trips, because you've well, I presume you've got experience. At least I'd hope so.
Well, the thing you've got to remember about gliding is it's all about your aspect ratio, which in simple terms is how much you move forward versus how much you move down, which is of course why gliders have a much larger wingspan than say this Cessna 172 that I'm flying, because with the longer wingspan what they're doing is generating more lift for a lighter aircraft, which means it can fly further and fall slower.
Very nice. And so, also any tips for those, again, first time gliding, keeping the aeroplane in the air, rather than losing speed and, well, falling to the ground, basically?
Well, where we're dropping you now is called the middle hill, and basically with the configuration we've got at the moment, which I believe is high altitude clouds, our weather preset today, we've got a nice westerly wind coming in, which will provide lift for the gliders on the middle mountain. And basically what's happening is the wind is colliding with the mountain, and obviously because it's not a flat surface, it's riding up the hill. So where we're going to drop you, you're going to be sat right in the lift of the mountain, generated by the wind hitting it, which can also create an effect called mountain wave, which is basically where the wind comes over the top of the mountain and then forms a wave pattern in the air, which unfortunately, because with high altitude clouds we can't see that, but you might find random lift here and there, and that'll most likely be mountain wave, especially around these parts.
Well, I've very awkwardly... perfect. I lost connection to you. I've just done this after you reconnected to your glider to get us that little... Sorry, reconnected to your plane to get a little bit further. Managed to lose connection there all of a sudden.
Hey, we've got extremely strong magnets that hold you in the air. Not in real life.
We're in West Europe right now, Skate, so if you want to join in the gliding, West Europe server. We'll be here for about an hour or so. Let's do a couple of flights, and hopefully, well, I think we'll have a fun little finale with a double-decker four-engine jet. As last time we tried it, it went very, very well. Going up towards the final bit of our turning leg now. And so,
Okay, we're at a self altitude now. Disconnect when ready.
And so, for those of you still in towing right now, when you disconnect, up and left. The plane will go down and right, and that basically avoids any collision that goes between plane and glider. So I've now disconnected. One up and left, or you drop down and right. We have it. And now, right, I can actually hear the beeping of another glider nearby. Go to the external view. Hear my beeping. I have at least one on the glider. Far away from me. The 808 as well, worth saying that it does come with, well, flap settings as well, so make sure your flaps set to your flight, including high-speed flap as well, which again, very technical, very detailed, this thing. Looks funny. Standard gliding, gaming legend. Fly like your life depends on it. Do absolutely fine. And the thing about Feshi as well, well, it's both a mix of thermals and rolling updraft hills. And get yourself flying for hours, basically, without needing to drop to the ground. A few planes gliding around. Not many, to be fair. I was expecting a few more people. The group flights, but maybe that was our first attempt. Second attempt, as always, a few more people in tow. So, Kinetic Assistant, guys, if you haven't got Kinetic Assistant installed, whoa, there goes someone. If you haven't got Kinetic Assistant installed, get ready for the second gliding trip.
Off my mic, right hand, downwind, 2-1.
Our resident tow plane calling on the radio there, getting himself ready to land to 3 side, I believe. Yep, downwind. Your Feshi from up above. Favourite plane Microsoft Flight Sim? Probably the 747, I'd say. Very fun aircraft to fly. Just shame that it requires such long haul routes. The well, for 748s. Do more group flights? Oh yeah, we'll do more group flights in the future for sure, Forbes. As always, last time every month will be our group flights. On this occasion, we're doing a group glide that nobody turned up to. So is me. At least you turned up, Thomas. At least my tow plane's here. It'd been very awkward if I did a gliding session without a tow plane.
Well, it would have been, wouldn't it?
Only good old slew mode for everything.
That's
So
just unprofessional.
a few people got left behind on the ground. I did say connects to him. I did say connects a couple of times. We waited about a minute. There goes another guy. Who knows why we're left behind. We had a couple of planes on tow. Them aeroplanes. Looks like they may have disappeared. We'll come back around. We'll try and go for a short session now. We'll try second gliding. So if you're around on runway 23, there's she, and we'll do another launch. Myself ready to I can use a bit of spoilers. Surface Fly got lost mid-tow, so in that case, well, to be fair, I did lose myself mid-tow as well. I just managed to recover it. We land on the, we're coming to land for the 03 side. Blue modes just carry us the rest of the way. I'll flap some for the approach, get it down. I remember it's about a third of my brake to bring it off in. Ooh, I can see another glider coming into land. Someone has made it. Very nice. Nice indeed. Oof. Now close to the treetops, I must say. Indeed, they're in the discus. Head off landing. Central. Who's that? so slow, I might imagine they're probably in a glider. Not quite model matched. Can you ask someone who sent me gliding, you know, in real life? Do you know anyone named Forbes Little?
Yes, I do. Hello, Forbes. How are you?
Small world, eh? Right, let's get ourselves over towards the end of our way. So remember, guys, Kinetic Assistant. Make sure you guys, well, connect this time. So I've joined into the massive pile of aeroplanes there. Press Y, by the way, for slew mode. And you can use the numpad to move around. Let's connect Assistant again. So connected, air tow, search. We will wait for 367 move into position. Okay, we've got more people joining in this time.
Happy days.
Right, 367 connected. Give it a minute, and we'll give it the second run. Make sure that my set as well for takeoff. 058. Make sure my speed brakes are retracted. As I say, remember, guys, Kinetic Assistant, air tow, search, and 367. Also, make sure you're looking for players as well. 367 is our tow plane this time. 367. This is Microsoft Flight Simulator, Ebra. This is Microsoft Flight Simulator. Not FSX, not P3D, not X-Plane. Microsoft Flight Simulator using Kinetic Assistant. Bit of gliding today. Right, I think as many people are going to get right now, so when you're ready, let's throttle.
Okay.
I've not seen the update to TJ4 yet, Henry. Definitely one that I'm going to have a look at some point soon. I have heard the latest update. Very good for it, so one we'll cover soon for sure. Airport, Echo Golf, Zulu Lima, Feshiebridge, EGZL. All out, all out, all out.
All out. Yeah, we've got another 2 with us now.
Airborne. Yeah, I can see one in front of us. I can see... Oh yeah, they're there. Ah, there they all come, because we're still close together. This is more like it. Not too,
I think one may be
soon.
connected to the DA40 that might be about to clip a wing on a tree.
Ah, fair enough. We tried the DA40. It actually wasn't... well, actually... Yeah, the DA40 we didn't try, but I know that from experience that that aeroplane is very underpowered. Ah, yeah, he's gone. Very underpowered. So, that guy, if you able, left in, try connect to 367 in the air. It is possible.
We've got a land out to the 11 o'clock. Somebody in the... Well, it's the DA40, actually.
Very good, very nice. So, the discus guy has actually connected to you. One more time to your toe.
I think I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gliders behind me, or am I...
Well, I see the one
Oh
in
no,
front.
one's a plane.
Ah, yeah, I see 2 of us right now. Well, myself and another guy. There's 5 of us on this one. We're definitely going in the numbers now. People are slowly getting there with Kinetic Assistance. Not quite as easy as the old FSX way of towing, where it was like, was it Shift J or something? You could get yourself a tow plane all connected. But I like the fact that it's all multiplayer compatible. It makes it a lot easier to get things going. Does towing the gliders affect the physics in Microsoft Flight Sim for the U172? That'd be you to answer that one.
Well, I think it's a bit hit or miss. There's been a couple of times where I could have, you know, said hands down that the gliders behind me were affecting me, but I'm not quite sure how this 172 in real life would handle towing 5 gliders.
That's a good point there. I can't imagine doing too well with 5 of us behind, but You do say the aircraft, you can, in your 172, and there are occasions where you can feel the train behind you.
Occasionally, yes, and it might just be typical that maybe I hit a gust of wind or something at one point, because I remember when we were testing this a couple of weeks ago, you went right down and I felt the nose come up, which is of course what would happen because the tow ropes are connected to the tail of the aircraft, so if the glider was to dive down it would pull the tail of the aircraft down, which is of course would then induce a stall and not a very happy day at the gliding field.
Well, there you go. Charlie says thank you.
No worries.
Custom build. That plays custom build. Never buy a pre-build, as 9 times out of 10, pricing is extraordinant. Something that would be much cheaper buying separately. No, Henry, I'm not a student pilot in real life. Well, I was looking at closed down with the pandemic, so at the moment the answer is no. But I'd love to do a private license at some point in the future. End goal that who knows if I reach one day. Not sure about the wing views, you'd have to check that yourself. Quite hard to trust an aircraft with no fuel, no engine, no chute. To be fair, Mac, the pilot does wear a parachute. So I remember when I did the gliding at Feshiebridge just over a year ago now, actually, a year ago this month, we did have a parachute strapped to us. And as for no engine, no fuel, well, no fuel means less weight, easy to fly. To be fair, up in the glider, probably felt more calm than flying an aircraft with a propeller. I mean, to be fair, less noise, absolutely silence in the aircraft apart from the beeping there, which tells you your pitch and speed. Yeah, I mean, no engine, no rumbling, no vibration. It was just peace and quiet at 5,000 feet above the ground. But I will say, if any of you guys get a chance to fly either a glider or prop plane or whatever, take the opportunity. A lot of schools do a decently priced trial session, like 30 minutes, 1 hour of flying. You get an opportunity to do that and you enjoy a flight sim, definitely jump on it. It's an experience well worth going for. I think for a while, Thomas, you were one of the youngest glider pilots in the country, or if not the youngest glider pilots.
Well, if we're talking about Scotland here, which of course isn't its own country yet, and you know, we won't get into that. I was definitely the youngest glider pilot in the Highlands. I'm not sure if that record's been broken yet, but no, I was the youngest glider pilot in the Highlands for definitely over a year, as I was just past my 15th birthday when I went solo. And the line was, you know, too young to drive, yet I could fly.
Well, I think you've got good experience both flying and driving these days.
Too much.
Hashtag
okay, release
sponsored.
whenever you're able.
Disconnected. Hashtag sponsored by DHL. Yes, Nicholas, so there's an add-on. It's a free download. One that a few of us have managed to work on quite well at the moment. We've lost the majority of those of us, but definitely a better launch this time. Had quite a few more people tagged along. Our flaps up to cruising now. Try to have our flaps. You go ahead.
Just answer Hitchhiker's question. He said whenever he's been gliding, it's been launched by a truck pulling a wire on a massive pulley at the end of the runway. That's what they used to do at Feshi for a long time, and then they eventually upgraded to just having the cable on a huge drum, and they placed that on the bed of an old DAF LF, which is a really small truck, and that's known as a winch launch. And yes, Kinetic Assistant does in fact allow you to simulate winch launches.
Yes, it very much does. Well, I think that the catapult's a bit more fun in the power you can draw from
Definitely.
that. Lots of...
My mic. Left hand downwind 03.
Amazing because you used that. Ah, okay, yeah. Well, I guess I've only been gliding once at Feshi, and that was with the DR400. But what would you say actually do you prefer? Winch or plane?
Well, the winch feels more like a roller coaster, but it can only get you to an altitude just over 1,000 feet at Feshi. You've got to remember the runway is only 800 meters long here, and so there can only be a kilometer of cable maximum, of which would never be used to its full potential anyway, because the runway's not long enough to lay it all out. But the nice thing with the Aerotow is, of course, that you get precision on where you want to be dropped. You can be told exactly where you want to go, and in some cases they can drop you straight into mountain wave, which could take you as high as, I think our current site record is 28,000 feet from a 2,000 foot launch.
Very nice. How do you run a flight? So, Anders, if you download any glider for Microsoft Flight Simulator, there's a Discus on Flight Simulator 2, there's a DS808 on, or DG808S on Kinetic Assistant websites. So, download any glider and download Kinetic Assistant. If you got both of those, then you can tag along and join with us for any of our gliding flights today. We'll do about another half hour or so of these, so got maybe 2 more standard tow plane launches, and then we'll go for the 747 finale afterwards. But I'll try and do a few more of these. But as I say, any glider and Kinetic Assistant, make sure you got both those installed. Then 30 minutes should get you into the sim for our next couple of launches. Yep, so glide board's in the description as Kinetic Assistant. Austin Down, I've heard of them, Austin Down, yes. It was a place that actually got recommended to me by somebody a little while ago. There's the thing with gliding compared to GA flying is that it's much, much cheaper in that you're not paying for engine time. For the most part, you're just paying for the cost of a tow, so it costs for a winch. Yes, the old bus control towers. Very Second World War, that. Mobile control towers that you could move around required. Your Takeoff. You actually.
On you go.
Nope, you go ahead.
We actually looked at purchasing one of them at Feshiebridge, sort of like the RV style, could expand itself out and would prop up a control tower, which added maybe about another 8 feet to the top of the bus, and it was shaped in the good old-fashioned control tower, where it was slanted down to the middle from the top.
Oh yes. I've never been inside one of those. How are they like kitted out on the inside?
It's rather basic for gliding, as you could imagine. With the all that's really required, especially as we're in Class G airspace at the moment, is just notifying other pilots of your intentions. So, for example, me calling left-hand downwind for 03, just to let other gliders in the area know that I'm coming into land, even though the rules of the air dictate that I've got to give way to gliders. It's just nice to keep them in the loop.
Coming in now to land 03 side using the hostel as my reference points. We're at Echo Golf Zulu Lima Feshiebridge. There's 3 gliders coming in for this one. 3 of us right behind one another. My turn was absolutely pathetic. Why not? Touchdown around the road area. Oh. Off, hold it off. Touchdown. Oh gosh. From 180 there at least. Not sure if your spine will still hard after that. Contact players, make sure you're in multiplayer, Cloudy. Make sure you're in multiplayer and make sure you're in the West Europe server. We're on the West Europe server. Go West Europe. Make sure you're on multiplayer. You should be able to spot us. Takeoff, Zulu Lima, Feshiebridge. Right, let's slew mode. Over back to the end of 2-3. So remember guys, it's Kinetic Assistant. I take it there's another glider mod out there which I don't know of because the speed that some of these aeroplanes flying at, I don't think they're aeroplanes. Right, so connect, airtow, search, including players, 367. Give it a minute or so, let people connect back up to you. I'll set myself up for flaps. Take off, we use flaps 5. Yeah, feel free to join Noda. I'm going to do 2 more normal air tows. Go for our grand finale at the end of this. Remember, it's 367 on the Kinetic Assistant. 367 is our glide today. Just noted your aeroplane seems to have legs, which is interesting. Yeah, we'll just ignore that.
We call that the Flintstone effect, where if there's an engine failure, what happens is we get Beatrice in the back to stick her legs through a hole, and then she can continue to perform the takeoff role by running.
Can you try to spin the glider? We can give it a go, toilet paper. We can give it a go. We'll give it another 30 seconds or so, and then we'll join. How do you join, Noda? So, like I say, just spawn at Feshiebridge, Echo Golf Zulu Lima. Make sure you have Kinetic Assistant installed, and then connect yourself up to 367 aircraft pilots, female, which is about 20 or so meters away from us at the moment. So spawn at the Feshiebridge, and then connect up to 367. Or, to be fair, there are a couple more tow planes slowly bringing the loop. I'm certain that that guy right there is a glider. He's just got a model that's not matching to one I see, because that's a very slow-moving prop plane, if that is. How do you pronounce your name? It's Drawyah. Drawyah. That was the that was the there's no hope position. Was it you for sliding the bad landing? Very good. Right, I think that's enough time, so I, sir, am ready when you are.
Happy days.
Could be a helicopter, that is right, flying. I don't actually have the Airbus helicopter one installed. Probably will do at some point soon. I'm going to try and stall out and spin out. Let's attempt.
Would you like a slightly higher aero tow then?
Your thing. All out, all out, all out.
What we'll do then is I'll take you to about 3,000 feet, and we'll drop over Winch.
Sounds good. We are airborne. Airfields Echo Golf Zulu Lima Feshiebridge. From above. Echo Golf Zulu Lima Feshiebridge. I know that guy's in the glider because his propeller's not spinning. That is the case. You're also towing a Piper with you. Propeller active. Yes, Flymax. So the flaps, well, in this case, the flaps just exist basically. Given that we've also got retractable landing gear, it is a lot more advanced than most, I can say. But for the first, I guess, fully in-depth glider add-on for Microsoft Flight Sim, let's get a lot right. Alright. What's the name of the beeping thing as well that tells you your pitch speed?
I've always actually just known it as the annoying beeping thing that I can't turn off. But what it does is it tells you your vertical speed. Your Suvario, yeah, there we are. Thank you, Flymax. Oh, everyone's correcting me. Oh,
How'd you ever get your license? Variometer.
oh, I know. Well, remember, I've not actually flown since the beginning of lockdown, so...
True, can't imagine too many people have.
Well, they're allowed back now, but given the average age of the club and what I do for work, it's I don't think it would be fair exposing them.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Hopefully soon we'll be in a better world.
Flymax, please don't make me jealous.
What do you mean by follow alerts, Welly Shark? What do you mean by follow alerts? I'm doing what I do in real life fly, which I'm gripping the stick way too hard than I need to be. And given that, well, most D6 are generally quite padded, this Thrustmaster proper solid metal build, I'm actually straining my hand holding this stick. Because the realism of it all. How much is the glide up there? How much is gliding at Feshi?
Well, it varies a lot. If you're under 18 or at school, then you get discounted rates. You know, school is in uni. Roughly about £30 an hour for an aero to 2,000 feet.
Well, there you go. So this is Feshiebridge, and I believe it is. Is it, what's the gliding club's called again? The
Cairngorm Gliding Club.
That's it, Cairngorm Gliding Club. They're great guys. Like I said, I did that gliding with them last year. Very, very good people. Had a lot of fun out there. Definitely would love to make a return at some point soon, whenever the world opens up again and it makes sense to travel up to Scotland. Hopefully, they 75% off sleep train this time. How do you play
At least you're not 6'3" on the sleeper train.
How do you join the multiplayer? Basically, so in the aircraft selection menu, you can select the players, and with that, you can then select either online or all players. Right now, I'm using all players. Yeah, in conditions in the aircraft section bit, you can select the multiplayer.
My Flymax, I think it's about £22 for the 2,000-foot tow. Again, I've not been in a year, so they might have changed that since then, but when I was there, I believe it was about £22.
Agnos spawn.
Okay, you can release whenever you like. You've got enough altitude to play with.
That we are. Mouse over to it. It's connected.
And a lock underneath you if you really mess it up.
There are worse places to touch out, I can imagine. Right, so what we are going to try and do, attempt a stall and spinning. Up, speed, one wing tips, Simple recovery, that's. Oh, you need to turn to the right, do you, Flyer Max? Is that a standardised thing, turning left, or is that just the Feshiebridge rule then? And he's got.
Turning to the right in what
I'm presuming the glider
in what
then.
reference?
So when he disconnects from the tow plane.
Yeah, so it's that varies from club to club. Some clubs will like the some clubs will have up and left, up and right. It really varies, but obviously because we mainly use the middle hill, which is of course having the hill on your left-hand side, it's safer for the glider to go up and left so that the tow plane can go down and right rather than down and left, which would be into the hill. It's club politics, though. A fun fact for you: our record at Feshi for the number of loops from an from a winch launch, so from 1,000 foot, basically he took off, flew the circuit, and the entire time he was performing aerobatic loops, and he got 36 loops.
36 from a 1,000-foot winch, not bad. What's your record, personal record?
I got told off for one, so.
Poor for you, woe is you. Do you need a license to find a glider? Yes, Diego. So the glider license is not quite as intensive as a full PPL, but you do require a license for gliding, yes. Unless you're, of course, in the training side of things.
The license is not quite as what's the word I'm looking for? It's more of an award, but people call it a license because at the moment we're the only place, I believe, that you don't require an actual, for example, an EASA license. So we get what's called a bronze, silver, and I believe it's diamond, and they're sort of awards you get, but in the bronze aspect you have to do a theory test, practical gliding test, and that's sort of your quote-unquote license, whereas in other places in the world, the USA, I believe Germany now, you need to have an actual certified license, but you definitely need that to take passengers, but even that's still at the discretion of the gliding club whether you can take people or not.
Okay. And so are you at silver or diamond yourself? What level are you currently holding?
So at the moment, due to COVID, I've got a lot of hours, but I never pursued the whole bronze theory test and things like that. But I did just before COVID kicked in and passed my theory test, which now has, I believe it's expired now because obviously it's been more than a year and I hadn't completed the practical side.
Okay, so you were pursuing it and still gliding when I went up last time.
Yes, but obviously with COVID and everything that's gone on, it's been a little bit harder than harder than it was before. I used to be down there every weekend.
Aww. This is a Microsoft Flight Sim Pedro flight model. This is not an FX model, so we are currently using the modern flight dynamics. At least as modern as you can get in Microsoft Flight Simulator. In terms of Flight Sim, I think X-Plane is still king when it comes to actual flight dynamics. Microsoft Flight Sim visually by far the best. But for X-Plane, the flight dynamics are far better with the blade element theory. And right now, aircraft functionality 2, definitely slightly higher in X-Plane, but then again, it's more of the it's a more mature sim in regards to the add-ons, and therefore aircraft have a bit more life to it. I mean, the default stuff in Microsoft Flight Sim ain't bad, but X-Plane just that slightly bit better. I think you, Tom, would also agree that the X-Plane dynamics do feel a bit nicer.
Yeah, definitely. I think X-Plane, you're much more connected with the aircraft, but nobody can say anything about the graphics in MFSF. Did I get that right?
Yeah. In your case, any drawbacks, the fact you can't have your massive international airports here anymore.
Yes, in the X-Plane Airport Builder, I did in fact turn Feshiebridge into an international airport.
With the grass strip, I think you ever made it tarmac, did you?
Yeah, no, I did, but it just had one huge pothole at the end. Couldn't figure out how to level it.
Oh, back at Fesh, you'll do one more normal tow, and then we'll get you in the 747. So, if anyone wants
That's
to
going to be delicious.
anybody wants to do one more tow, we're going to do one more Feshi, runway 23. We'll give it another 2 minutes before we get going. Let's see, if you want to do a normal tow, Feshi 23, jump in and get yourself ready. I can find out where most people are appearing. I think here seems to be the guided spot, so down here. Yeah, let me tell you, the 747 we'll do next definitely takes a level of skill to keep the aeroplane attached. Right, so we'll search for your plane. Move 367. We'll select. So we'll give it a minute. What is it? What is an? And what question you mean by that, Max? Make it professional. I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. We're in Drawyah. We're in Scotland right now. We're in the Scottish Highlands. We're in Feshiebridge, in the Cairngorms. In Romania, you need to have the you need to have an SPL. But the EASC is a theoretical by 24 months. So theory applies to 24 months. The ASA.
Oh, I'll have a look into that.
Romanian glider. It's IS28B2 or IS29D2. Thoughts on gliding on VATSIM? Don't use VATSIM myself, Raptor, so I'm afraid I can't really give much of an answer for that. An IVAL person myself. Right, so give it now 10 seconds. 10 seconds, anyone wants to glide in, it's West Europe, Feshiebridge, runway 23. In the takeoff, you need to be lower. I don't know what you mean by that, I'm afraid. Teacher from Scotland uses the words. Their words definitely way too often. Really, my favourites. Most people mean theoretically. History's where to go. Right. I am ready when you are.
Happy days, let's go.
Oh right, I get you now, Max, yes. Interesting, everybody else is moving. I'm not. Okay, I'm gonna have to slew mode to you.
Oh, were you not moving, were you?
Nope. Ah, now I'm moving. Whoa! Wow, I've got a very short tow rope this time around. Not quite. Well, that works. That works. Right, gear up. We're now stable. Oh, is my Flight Control Replay giveaway still going in chat? Don't worry, guys. No giveaway in this one. I've got to turn off the auto chat thing. Everyone's saying yes on chat. Not today. Not today. Naughty night spots. I'm out for that. How many us in this tow do you see?
How many what, sorry?
How many people in tow on this occasion?
I think we've got 2 at the moment. Oh, don't look behind me.
Whoa!
No. Whoa.
That came out of nowhere. That's on its way to Feshi International at the moment. 03 final.
Oh, he must have downloaded it from X-Plane.
Fabio should just drop it straight to your account. You've not done it already. I'll ask him to double check, but it should already be on your accounts. Check. It should just be straight in your download section. Top five add-ons for Microsoft Flights at the moment. Well, I'll say A32NX. Let's be one of them. CJ4, very, very good. Do enjoy it. The Aerosoft CRJ, number 3. This is, by the way, no particular order. Over off the top of my head. Probably Kinetic Assistant as well, number 4, because it's a basic little program, but for gliding, absolutely fantastic. Whether it's air tows or catapults and winches. Also the Arrestor, very powerful. And actually, somebody asked earlier about thermals. Yes, it does do thermals. You need to hook up to a little nav map or a few other files as well. But yes, thermals are something that exists in this program. And what does number 5 would be? What my 5th favourite add-on?
I think we all have to agree that your 5th favourite add-on would be your tow pilot.
Of course, you up front there. You are my number 5.
I prefer to think of it as number 2, but okay.
Not too bad, Theodore. Not doing too bad. How are you doing? Welcome to chat. Welcome, Paul. I'm trying to a hurricane. Thank you, Jacob, for liking the video. Why don't you come to Echo Delta Foxtrot Alpha? Maybe one day, Max. Maybe one day. When am I going there in real life, to be fair? Trip to Germany whenever I can. Please, let me go on a holiday somewhere. I'd love to visit. So bored. At home. Been at home for so long, I've actually had to talk to other people that live here. They seem alright.
Ew, locals.
Let's keep muting Kingsley for that constant copy and paste spam. You get the message the first time. Yeah. At the end of the year, ooh, very nice, sir, Max. You enjoy your SPO at the end of the year. Are you still gliding at the moment, or are you part of the lockdown? What's it like in Germany at the moment? I know that in the UK, from tomorrow, the stay-at-home order ends. So, actually, we finally get the opportunity to leave our homes if you're not required to work outside, which... see, tomorrow I can imagine maybe a little bit busier than the last couple of days.
Feel free to disconnect and I'll get in the special.
It's connected. So yeah, you are today, but you're only now to use a plane to put us up. Okay, so you can only use tow plane rather than winch, and in regards to someone else, so you'd have to be in a share cockpit with someone, or you have to do it solo at the moment. I know for a little while in the UK, when it came to flying, it was only allowed to be flown solo until, well, flying got banned outright. Toilet paper, also going to get their SPL today, very nice. I've not tried the 1886 Autoland yet, Theodore. I'm going to go with that at some point soon. Try it out. If it works to plan, I'll then showcase on the stream. When we fly, hope to find some low visibility. I'll give it a go in my own time, see what that's all like. There's good things out the Autoland in 32NX. Getting better, that's. I wonder, when you spawn in the 7.4, will you still be 371? What the number was? Will you change to have a look at that listing?
Not sure at the moment. I'm just loading in. I have reduced my fuel considerably.
Someone's gone for the extra. From the few aircraft in this quite slow enough. Up close. Glide up. Welcome George, how are you doing? Welcome Champs Chat, how are you today? There is 90 of you on YouTube right now, 11 of you watching on the Twitch. Again, we'll do one more toe glide after this, doing one more. I'm joining the group gliding today. Now or never. I'm sure we'll do another glide in the future. I've enjoyed this. It's a change of pace from normal flying. So, who's that? The 330 apparently. It's the mega pack. When I'm flying from Heathrow again, not sure, George. Not sure when I'll fly from Heathrow again. Hopefully, not too far away. Group pictures. If anyone has any photos of it, then gosh, I can see the see at the end of the runway now.
Speedbird 201, finals 2-1.
Ooh, go underneath it. Go underneath it. Oh, nice and gently. There he is. Not quite a 180 turn there. Right, let's slew ourselves into position. Let's hope this one will work for us. Remember, this is our last tow group tow right now. Using the 747. Comfy. It's are you moving?
In the 747 that landed nose first.
No, the one you're taking off now.
No.
I wonder if you're around then. Have a look. Search.
I am just down at the end.
Whereabouts you, sorry?
I'm just reversing up the runway.
Reversing up the runway, I don't see you. Interesting.
I am in position now. Can you not see me at all?
Check your server. It's still on Europe West. Almost player.
Yeah, no, I can see everybody flying around. Let's have a look.
Where have you gone?
Yeah, I'm still on West Europe.
Let me have a quick. Hang on, let me just.
I mean, could it be my livery?
I don't think so. You should still appear. Try a default livery. Try a default livery.
Okay.
See what happens.
Hopefully it shouldn't take too long to load, because this is the third time now.
I see the extras doing a few. Just died there. I saw him. Very few good low altitude odds there. See much in nearby players, Eric. Not sure then. Check your settings, make sure it's on mods player properly. Sim won't show a maximum number. Is there a maximum number of aircraft is there? Surely you've not hit it. There's not many of us here. Not that many of us. Although, while we're waiting, I was trying to get a few group photos in. So if I cast myself somewhere to the side, while we wait for our 747 to arrive, everybody gather around. Let's try and get ourselves a group photo, shall we? Gather around, find yourself a nice open space, or if you're a glider, good luck moving, and we'll try and get a few screenshots in. Like that, I mean, I'm going to quickly hide the overlay and then take a screenshot of the sim later. See the group gliders there on top of one another. Discus does load in properly, so the very least I know that one all works. The 330 is making a return. Not quite sure where they've come from, but fair enough. Yeah, I actually clicked the train some up, didn't I? Oh, there he is again, the extra. Is that the extra? Nope. Yes. It's... How are you doing in the loading side of things?
Interesting.
You and your slow Scottish internets. One of the winch.
Right, I know this is a silly question, but it's all players, not just live players, isn't it?
Both should work fine because I'm on all players myself, so I should be able to see you and you should be able to see me. But all players, live players that matter, but all players are is a bit better for the connecting side of things. On Europe West.
Just because I loaded in before and I couldn't see anybody.
We're in Feshiebridge right now, Exotic. Echo Golf Zulu Lima Feshiebridge. We're now waiting for our tow plane to arrive for his final tow. They arrive. See how long we can survive for. There is a tow plane coming, Cheddar. Our tow plane is just loading. He's gone to change into something a bit roomier. Slew mode, press the Y key, Diego. Press the Y key for slew mode, and it's 7 and 9 for rotates.
And West Europe, yeah?
West Europe, yes. West Europe server.
Yeah.
I'm going to steer myself into a more central position. Basically on top of where everybody else is. Yeah,
Here we are. Everybody's finally loading in for me now. I'm about halfway down the runway.
I hear you. I think I hear you. I see you. Orbit Airlines, very nice. Right, let's make sure I'm set for takeoff. Maybe use a bit of reverse thrust in your case, get yourself a bit closer. Let's get myself up on Kinetic Assistant. Let's stop the search. Search and look for you. You're just a bit too far away for me there.
I'm coming.
I think you're in a different number now. The problem is, I don't actually know which one's you. I think you might be 782 or 783. I'm basically watching all the numbers, are any of them counting down as your reverse. Yeah, it's either 782 or 783 you're going to be.
Okay, let's give it a try then.
You think that's close enough?
Well, my tail's almost inside you.
Are you? Which plane are you looking at? Because I don't think you're quite as close as you think you are.
Okay, I'll come back a bit more, but there is another 747 behind me just now.
Oh, is there? I don't see the
Yeah,
other 747.
probably just invisible for you.
Oh, which one? Are you in the Orbit Airlines colours?
Yes, I am, yes.
Yes, that is not you I'm looking at. Fair enough.
I think I've scared off the DA40 who's currently
Yep,
running
stop
away
it, stop
under
it,
my
stop
wing.
it. Perfect, right. 732 has connected in this state. Ooh. Nope, nope, that is not you. Whoops. Connect somebody and I started moving myself. So that. Right, so let me move myself into you basically. So if I move my salute into your position. So it's. Why any of these you? 35, 26, no. Would be 789. I'll try 789, see if that one works. 789. Right, I think I'm connected to you now. So, 789. You want to move slightly forward? See if we move.
Yep, see what happens.
No.
I've got somebody on me.
Somebody found you. Problem is, it's not me. Okay, reverse self back in. If that person who's connected to you, I don't know if they're on chat, if they could tell us what number they're connected to. Because that would be really helpful.
Flyer found the A330.
Bring yourself back, presume you're using slew mode as you disappeared there. What number are you? See, 789's returned again. Hmm. 788 maybe. Roll a bit. Know where you are.
At the moment, I'm just about inside you, so I might have disconnected. So let me roll forward a bit more, see if we move.
Airport code is Echo Golf Zulu Lima, Yard Boomer. Echo Golf Zulu Lima. Nope, I'm not moving anymore. Oh no, we're moving. Right, perfect. Okay, yep, hold position. Hold position, hold position. Gosh. Moving on to my nose there. Right, so, for those of you who wants to join in, tag along to 788. Aircraft pilot, female, uni. 788 is a 747. Doing our final tow in the 787. Give it a minute. We'll let people connect up to the sim. While we wait, let's jump into slew mode. Have a quick look around, shall we? Oh, Orbit Airlines. An airline will never forget. What's that? Roof looks a bit odd. Yeah, that's a photo and a half. Just the overlay. So final call, 788 for our final glide for the session. I think That's what we're going to get right now, so on your command, let's get rolling, shall we?
Right, here we go.
Make sure your scanning type of UAV sets to pilots including players, otherwise you won't see them. All out, all out. Here's World Travel
Glad you said it that
731. Oh yeah, because you got yourself off the ground now, 800 meters. Hope you've dropped all your weights.
Well, I've got low fuel warnings, so I don't know how far we'll go, but we'll get somewhere.
Oof, I'm barely keeping up behind you. Once you're in the air, that's when things really get to
I am actually airborne, but
Are
what I'm
you?
doing is I'm assisting with deforestation. Okay, flaps up, seatbelts in.
Oh boy. Because the moment you start picking up speeds, that's when I start... Yeah, like now. It starts to horribly vibrate, and keeping control more and more difficult.
I'd suggest everyone goes into negative flap 1.
I'll give that a go. Alright, next to flap 1 set. Oof. There's one guy still here. Will I survive this
Think
part?
it's FS Flyer?
Probably. Need them rather well the high glades themselves today. On the high side right now. And the fact is, you're so big as well that the moment I get too close to you, you just disappear. So I'm not sure who I'm following. If I'm quite in a straight line.
What you could do is deploy some speed brake when I disappear. Well, I'd advise not flying directly behind one of my 4 gigantic engines, because otherwise the glider will melt around you.
What's your speed at the moment?
Just over 210 knots.
210. Oof. Oof. I'm barely holding on now. This thing is
Okay,
shaking like
250.
crazy. 250.
270.
Oh no, I think my tie rope's ripped. Yeah. It still says I'm connected to you, but the fact is, I'm gone. I think FS Fly's gone as... Yeah, with... It says...
Yeah, there we are. 300 knots. Now, what I'm going to perform as well is now a textbook maneuver in the 748. This is commonly used by British Airways, who, as you know, are a keen operator of the 748 for their cargo operations. And this is just to make sure all the boxes and live animals are securely packed.
Now, the question is, how far are we from Feshi? Actually, not too far. When we get back, the answer is probably with enough conserved altitude. That was fast. FS Fly held on for just a bit longer than I did. The moment you start accelerating that aircraft, it's like the glider can barely hold on. Shakes like crazy. Wasn't quite as bad as we did last time. We did that on our own. That was horrible. This was a little nicer, but definitely changed the hold on. Make our way back to Feshi, bring it into land, and we'll bring our group flights to an end. There you are in your orbit, 7-4. Give us a wing wave.
It's so slow!
I wonder...
Orbit 748 coming in long final, runway 03. You want to see something entertaining? Then you watch now, yeah?
Don't land it just yet. I want to try something. Because I technically never disconnected from your aeroplane, if you were to fire back up towards me again up close, in the opposite direction, would that basically pull me out of the air? Because I'm still...
There is only one way to find out.
Because I'm still connected to you. My tow rope hasn't been released yet. Could we break the physics in the simulator? We start this small little convoy back towards Feshi. You lifting off again? Oh. Is that you there who just stalled out?
Right, let's have a look. Where are you, roughly? You in the middle of that pack? Yeah, you are.
Yes.
That was a stupid question.
It's so visually you. Ah, there you are. Alright, let's see what happens.
Right, I'm aiming right for your name tag because I can't actually see you yet.
I can see right name for a close-ish
Oh, yeah, I
approach
can
to
see it.
you.
I'll slow down as much as I can.
Keep an eye out on the list.
Here we are.
Go.
Here we go. Here we go.
Tow rope released. Ah, that's a shame. Hoping for some more fun there. No, just
Oh.
release tow rope. If I make a right hand
Well, I do
turn,
think-
I'll come back towards you. I'm gonna try and do a connection in the air from a different angle. We'll see. I'm tempted to try and break the physics of the sim. I can make a sharp right. I see. Oh, did see you. What? What's your number again? Nope. Let me try disconnect, reconnect, 100 meter search.
Oh no, I'm still down. Bye, guys.
I don't see you on the list anymore of all the aeroplanes. And again, as you slowly cut the tops of trees down, there are better ones around me. What was it? 788 or 789?
Yeah, I think it was 788.
I'm connected. Oh, there we go. There we go. Kind of.
Well, I didn't hit the ground, so I'm gonna count that one as a win.
Oof.
Pod strike.
Where have you gone off again? Have I lost you? Not quite.
No, I'm just in front. I can just see you.
Ah,
I do, however, think that you should show everyone the power of the catapult. Hi Carl, we're at Feshiebridge at the moment, which is Echo Golf Zulu Lima.
I think we are going to have to call this a day, I'm afraid.
Sorry?
I think we're going to have to call it today, I'm afraid. We have quite an early wake up tomorrow.
Oh, no worries.
We'll bring it into land. Oof. Stick landing. Ah, a load landing gear, that'd help as well. Right, and yeah, that I think is that. So, thank you all for tuning in. Drawyah74, thank you for being our co-pilot today.
No worries at all.
And yeah, back in on Wednesday for the normal streams. As always, last of every month, be our next flights. So, take care of yourselves, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you all again in the very near future. Take care, have a good one. Night.